Alright my friend, let's go through a simple thumbnail design that I just recently did for one of my recent Rookie Handyman videos, and I just want to show you step-by-step process of how I do it and what do I think about while doing this thumbnail design. So right here we are at canva.com, and as you can see, Canva is totally free design tool. You also have a paid version, but free version is just enough, so you can, whatever you need you can do in a free version. Okay, so what we will do right here in a home page, you can choose presets that you have already defined right here in Canva, and what we want to choose is a YouTube thumbnail. But if you don't know how to find that preset, you can basically go to create a design and then you can choose it, or you can do a custom size, and right here you can write whatever dimensions do you want to have. But you can always use just a YouTube thumbnail. It's much easier to make your design like that. Okay, I will just zoom out. Just press string and wheel mouse plus or minus to zoom in and zoom out from this picture. Okay, and right here I can upload one of my pictures that I have already filmed before starting to make this thumbnail. So it's very important to go through steps in YouTube Kickstart program where you should already know what your thumbnail and title will look before starting to make a video. That is very important, because then during the process of making your video you can easily take a snapshot or a good image of a thumbnail that you want to present your video with. So that is something that I have already done here, and as you can see I have this one picture right here. Just click on it and it will import it into Canva design. Okay, now what we want to do right here is you want to click with the right mouse button and you have this set image as background. Just click on it. Okay, and if you are not satisfied with how it looks, for example this is a little bit too much to the front, I'm just gonna double click on it and you can enlarge it to your liking. Let's say it like this. Okay, because the main idea of this video, I did a fan which was grinding, you know, and when I investigated what was happening, it was basically this little small dot right there that was making all that noise. So what I want to do with this thumbnail is I want to present what the problem is with this fan, and that is my main goal right here. So I will zoom out and I just make everything a little bit bigger. Okay, yeah. Right now, as you can see, it's pretty clear that this white object is a fan. Okay, and that's what we want to have. And now for this background area, you can use background remover, but that is in a paid version of Canva. Everything that has a crown, it's in paid version. But you can also go to adjust and go to adjust background. Okay, and it will basically select everything what background is. As you can see, when we I just want to change color so that you can understand what is changing. As you can see, only this background area right here is changing, so that is basically what we want to do. And now you can play with the brightness. Okay, we want to have it not so dark, maybe something like this, because the point of this process right now is to make this fan, to make this white object stand out. We want, when viewer scrolls the YouTube, we want him to see our thumbnail and to know instantly what is going on our thumbnail. That's why we want this object to stand out. Okay, and maybe we will take a vibrance. Yeah, we can take it down. Saturation also down. Sharpness all the way down. Okay, clarity, nice, clarity also down. Vignette, vignette. Okay, maybe this is not so bad. Okay, maybe something like this. Let's enlarge this a little bit. Okay, this is for the background. You can also select foreground here, and that will select this object. And now let's just make this object here -10. Let's take the brightness level just a little bit up, 15. Okay, and let's do the sharpness 5 and clarity maybe 10. Okay, now what I have done here with these small simple numbers is I just enhance this white object a little bit because we want this white object to stand out on this picture. Okay, what I want to do here is basically I want to present the problem, like I said, and this small part right here, this is the problem. So how to present it? Here on the side you have a lot of options in Canva, but you basically won't use all of them. You will use just a couple of them all the time. In elements, you can search for so many elements that you can use in Canva, and I usually use arrows, lines, circles, check mark, X mark, but it all depends on the thumbnail that you are working on. For this thumbnail right here, I want to use red circle. And go to the graphics because this will give you the best options for that red circle. Okay, and now you have here different variants. You can choose whatever you like. Remember, what has crown, it is in the paid version of the Canva, but for example, this one right here is good enough, I think. It can be a little bit thicker. Don't like how thin it was. Okay, this one is, yeah, this one is good, I think. I also want to have an arrow. Okay, arrow graphics. Let's use this arrow right here and let's make this arrow red also. Hop, hop. Okay, zoom in because we want to play with this a little bit. From here to here. Nice. Okay. And now right here I want to have an enlarged image of this section right here. Okay. And how to do that? Well, basically you can import a new image where you have made a photograph of this small piece of your fan, just made a close-up shot of this small piece, or you can use this image right here and you can rework it a little bit. What I have done right here is I have this closed up image of this shot and I will just crop it to this area right here. Okay, I will make it bigger because I want to enlarge this small dot. Maybe even more bigger. Yeah, okay. And now for this image I want to have round circles. Okay, beautiful. Something is here in the corner, so I will make it just a little bit more bigger. Nice. Okay, I think this is good. Just move it here. Nice. Okay, and I can make this image bigger if I like. This is now all how it looks and what is your preference. I like to keep it like this. Okay, nice. And I'll just move this arrow like this here. Okay, let's delete this. Let's see how this looks. I want this arrow to be a little bit thicker, but no, it cannot be thicker because okay, when you have this situation, when something is behind one another picture and you want to pull it to the front, just select any item, go to the position, and right here go to the layers. And now you have all elements that you have on your design, you have them listed right here, and you can move the order of these elements up and down. You see, when you move it up, it comes to the front. When you move it down, it goes to the back behind this picture. So we want this to be in the front. Okay, yeah, I think that this is good. In every thumbnail you need to have 3 to 4 elements maximum on your picture. I already have like 4 elements here. I have fan, circle, arrow and this enlarge item, but we are going to break this rule for this particular thumbnail because we need a statement. We need a big text that is amplifying this thumbnail, that is stating something very obvious about this situation right here. So just think about the current situation of your thumbnail. You are presenting the problem to your audience and you want to say that this is the problem that is causing the noise. Okay? You basically want to state the fact that you want to remove this in order to have a functioning quiet fan in your bathroom. So we need something that is amplifying the fact that this is the problem. Now you can also put this in a ChatGPT, for example, and just write him a simple prompt. I have a fan that has a plastic dot on it and this plastic dot is causing noise on my fan, and now I want to make a YouTube thumbnail where I am pointing at this dot and I'm saying that it is the problem. How can I amplify the fact that this dot is a problem? Give me 10 examples on how to say this in words, and ChatGPT will basically show you pretty good examples, but I already know what I want to state right here. So go to the text section and just use, you have preset text that you can use right here, but I like to use this just a normal text and I like to write here whatever I want to write. In my case it will be remove, and here I will put this. Okay, now as you can see this is not very appealing, and if we leave it like this nobody will see it, so we need to work on this. Now for the font, you have so many different fonts in a Canva, you can use whatever you want. What I like to use is Roboto, League Spartan, and for the effects I either like to have glow effect or I like to have a background effect. Now it all depends what is more visible on the background right here. As you can see here, it's more visible to have this background than to have a glow effect, so I will just do it like this. Just select the letters and go right here, and this will change your text color, for example red, there you go, but I want to have it white. Okay, and then just select text, go to effects, and right here you have this color, and then you can change it in whatever you like, but red is too much for me, I like to have it black. Okay, and also what you can do right here, I don't like the fact that this is much bigger than this one above, and this is because of this font right here. So we will just change this font in, let's say, Canva Sans. Okay, Montserrat. Montserrat is also good. Montserrat, nice. And I can make this bold, nice. Okay, and now I can make this much bigger. Okay, and also here in effects you have this roundness and you have this spread. If we move the spread down, as you can see, it can be bigger or it can be smaller, and the roundness, it can be bigger, it can be smaller. Okay, what I like to do, I like to hit space here and space here, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now once I have done this, I will just remove this text, I will copy this above text and I'll just make this. Yeah, okay, now it's all in the eye of the designer. I'll make this smaller, I make this bigger. I can also put here a point to emphasize it a little bit more, and I can recolor this text in a yellow color because, yeah, I want emphasize that this is something you need to remove. Okay? As you can see right here, we have 4 elements, or let's say it 5 elements on this picture. Now, one element is this text right here, one element is a big fan, one element is a small fan, and the 4th or 5th element are these 2 elements, just the pointing arrow and the circle. Now, what is the main purpose of this thumbnail? The main purpose is to spark curiosity in your viewer. When he sees this thumbnail, when he's scrolling through YouTube, and when he sees this is simple enough to spark curiosity in your viewer, and also to tell him that if he has a problem with his fan in a bathroom, this is a solution for his problem. So your thumbnail either needs to present a problem, or it needs to present a problem and a solution to that problem. So basically right here, I am presenting a problem and I am also presenting a solution to this noisy fan right here. So this is the thought process that I am going through when I'm making my videos for my Rookie Handyman channel, and as you can see right here on my channel, as you can see the latest videos that I have done, everything is done in a very similar fashion. I have one main item that is right here, I have where to cut it, and I have arrow pointing where to cut it, and I have a simple text that is stating the fact what you should do on this video. Here also, although it's very low view video because the theme of video itself is not so good, but I decided to leave it out there because I want to have good examples and bad examples also. The title is good, but the video itself is not good. As you can see, this is better video, this is much better video. Here, 7.3k views. As you can see, it's very simple. What's this for? What's this for? And you are pointing at one object that maybe many people are not familiar with, or they have maybe seen it before in a hinges, but they are not really sure what's it for. Now I have a video that explains what this little item is for, and when they scroll through YouTube and when they see this, I know this item, I'm curious about what this is for. Here also, find it easily. As you can see, I have this one very small screw in my hand, and I am basically stating if you throw this screw on a garage floor, or if you lose this screw in a garage floor, you can find it easily with this method. And whoever had any problems with finding screws in on any floor will be interested in watching this video, and that's why this video has this very good view number. Okay, now once you are done with your thumbnail, all that is left to do is to basically save it and just go to download section. Here you can choose the format that you want your picture to be in. PNG is basically the best format for YouTube thumbnails, and just download it and upload it to your YouTube video. That's basically it, my friend. A very simple process on how to make your thumbnail and what is the thought process while making this thumbnail. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message here on school. If you want me to review some of your thumbnails, no problem, just shoot me a message and we will get to it. See you in the next video.